Hi there everybody. What we're doing today is peach Looney juice. And then what that is, it's a knockoff of peach wine. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a batch of peach wine. What we have here is almost 20 pounds of fresh peaches, but the problem is that the peaches weren't very good. These are not clean peach. They're not coming away from the pit very well, and the skins also are clinging real hard. Plus they're small sized. So they're not real great peaches, and they don't taste really good either. They're just mild flavor. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not bursting with flavor and juice. And the flesh is actually pretty hard. As you can see, I got to really twist. You hear that? It's almost pretty hard flesh, and that's not the best peach in the world. So since we had a whole lug of them, I decided to turn them into a batch of wine, more specifically Looney juice. So what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a carbonated wine cooler. And we're starting out by just, see, look how hard those pits cling to the flesh. It's almost impossible to rip them out. And they're actually pretty hard. We're going to go ahead and pit all these peaches, and then when we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and put them into a batch of peach wine. When the peach wine is going, we're going to take it out, we're going to stall the fermentation on purpose at about 5 to 7% alcohol content, at which time we're going to rack it to corny kegs, put it through a filter, and we're going to have crystal brilliant clear, low alcohol quantity peach wine, at which time then we're going to carbonate it and bottle it in growlers. And so then we're going to have ourselves some absolutely gorgeous, this will be as basically must early done wine with the addition of carbonation and the removal of all of the yeast and sediment. So it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Never made it before, but it's something that I've been dreaming up for 2 years and just didn't have the infrastructure with the corny kegs and the filtration down to an art yet at that point. And now we do. So we're going to take these semi-good peaches and we're going to turn them into a batch of Looney juice. We'll be back as soon as we're done pitting these things. It's going to take a while. All these peaches pitted now. And now what we're going to do is, normally what you would do is put them in a straining bag and just mash them, or mash them, then put them in a straining bag, put the juice in the bag in your fermenter. But since these things are too hard, I almost know for a fact I'm not going to be able to mash them with a potato masher. So I'm just going to hit them real quickly with the food processor. And this is not normally what you would do, but I need to chunk them a little bit. I need to mash them a little smaller so that the yeast can get at all the fruit. Otherwise we're going to not get much flavor out of them. So that's what we're going to do here. Shouldn't take long, and we're not going to do a whole bunch of them really, of food processing. Just hit them like that, chunk them a little smaller than they were, and then into the bucket they can go. And from here we're just going to put them into a nylon straining bag. So we'll be back as soon as we're done food processing these peaches. Just through the food processor and just kind of chipped them up a little bit. It's probably smaller than I want, and the reason that I didn't want to do that is because it's going to be a nightmare to pull all these peach skins out of my straining bag, but that's the way it works when you have peaches that aren't soft enough. So just want to make sure that we get all the peach flavor out of them, and that's the way that we're going to do it. We're going to accomplish that. Okay. And there we go. We'll be back when we're going to put all the rest of the ingredients in the primary fermenter. Alright, here we are back, and we're ready to put our ingredients together in the primary fermenter. We're making peach Looney juice. We go ahead and take, we're taking 5.678 gallons, so we're talking about 5.7 gallons basically of water. We're going to put that in first, then we're going to put the sugar in, so we can try to dissolve that sugar into the solution. We'll be back when we're done pouring 5.7 gallons into our primary. Alright, here we are. Next ingredient is about 15 pounds of sugar. We got 10 pounds here, and we're going to go a little bit light. I always say that because so that we don't end up adding a little bit too much. It's easier to just add a little bit when we take our specific gravity. So there's 10 pounds of sugar, and I have 5 exactly measured here, but we're going to put most of it We'll hold back just a portion. Maybe a pound or so, just in case. We'll save that for later. Acid blend. We're going to go just a smidge light on the acid also, just because I am not looking for super duper acidic here. We're looking to make a nice, sweet, desirable beverage. So we're going to go with 3 tablespoons and that'll be plenty. Three. 6 tablespoons is what we need for this batch. So we'll just do that, heaping one. And we ran just a little bit shy here, so that's why we got a new one to open up here. Of wine tannin. Now, keep in mind also, we got that half a tablespoon in there, that we're making 6.5 gallon batch. That's what we're doing here, so just so you know. We need yeast energizer, which we turned out, even though I thought I had went to the store specifically to buy it, I must have missed it in the process of getting sidetracked. So we're going to put Campton, or sodium metabisulfite, in to the tune of 1/4 teaspoon per 5 gallon batch. Same thing as Campton tablets. Crush them. Go ahead and put that cover down. And now we're going to just stir this up. I will put in the Energizer tomorrow on my way home from work. We're going to just wash off our spoon, and then we'll stir and throw the peaches in. Try to dissolve all that sugar as best as we can. Alright, we'll give that a stir tomorrow when we check our specific gravity. And then now, for the final finale, we're going to put in the peaches. And the juice. There we go. Cover that, leave it for 24 hours. We'll be back when we set our final gravity and add our yeast.